So that first stand-up show in Dallas, like you get on. Is it what kind of like was it a comedy club or a
comedy club?
And then you show up. Is there regulars there? And it's your first time. What is that process like? Walking to a comedy club, you know it's your first time. You're gonna stand in front of a crowd and you have to be funny until a light turns on and tells you can get off.
I don't have a light.
Okay,
that's great. I'm not looking for a light, but I will say. So from the first Dallas shows, and then I did 9 shows in Nashville last month, and that was the second round of shows I've ever done.
Wow, okay.
So from the very first show up until even last month, it's been the same for me. Most people are chill before they go on. Not me. I feel like I'm going to puke. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I think to myself, why am I doing this? Why did I sign up for this?
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Like, what am I doing, dude? I'm gonna puke. It's awful. It's the worst feeling.
It's like the Eminem lyrics, like my arms sweaty.
Yeah,
all spaghetti.
dude. And then they call your name, and it's like once you hear the crowd start just going nuts, all of that, it's gone, dude.
Yeah.
It's gone. And then you walk out, and it's the best feeling, and you just do your set, and it's fun. When you're on, it's fun from the time you start until the time you get off. And then when you get off stage, you have this high that I cannot even explain. And I will say, dude, that's why I fucking do it right there. Like,
really?
Yeah. And then the next night, same thing. I'll be like, why am I doing that? It's just, it's the same, but it's like, it's definitely a weird high and low for sure.
Have you ever really like bombed?
No, not yet.
You haven't bombed? Okay. I mean, I don't want to obviously jinx it, but like most people have horror stories about bombing.
I know.
I
haven't bombed yet. I've had shows better than others, but even my worst show has killed it.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's like it depends on the crowd's energy. If they are bringing energy, it gets me going, it gets me pumping. And there's been some that have been good energy, but not like last night's. You know what I mean? So the energies are different each night, but dude, knock on wood, I have not bombed yet.
Yeah.
Well, and you also have to like your character's different, right? Because a bunch of comedians aren't actually a character,
right?
Like right when they go out, so like you have almost something to fall back on. Like you have like a safety net of because so like Tammy's funny, but then you're also funny. So then like there's this like weird safety net that like hasn't been really. I'm trying to think of comedians that really have two characters, and I can't really.
It's kind of like Joey Diaz being extreme about like being rough, and that's what he'll lean back on when he tries to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the very first time I did stand up, I did it as Chelcie.
Okay.
Just to see if I could, and I did, and it was good. But I thought, man, people want to see Tammy, and it's just funnier as Tammy.
Yeah.
And it's easier. Like you said, when I go on as Tammy, it's almost like wrapping myself in a comfort blanket when I go on stage.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I bomb, that's not me. That's Tammy.
You're not. Yeah, they don't think you're Chelcie Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not. I'm not bombing. Tammy is.
Yeah.
So it is like a safety net to do the character. And I've heard that it's very hard to do characters in stand-up. Most people can't do it. So, but that's why I think I do it well because Tammy's so believable, dude.
Yeah. What kind of like? I mean, what kind of jokes are you telling on stage? Are they like more like your Instagram comedy, or are they more like set up, callbacks?
Yeah, no Instagram comedy. I'm doing. I'm basically telling stories.
Okay.
Is what I'm doing. I'm basically talking about my childhood. Making jokes about that, making jokes about the drugs. I talk a lot about that. I talk a lot about, and I do want to say everything I say on stage is a true story.
Really?
Yep. I just kind of heighten it up a little bit for Tammy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but everything's true. Gosh, I don't want to give too much away, but dude, there's some sex stories in there, some like sex nightmares that have happened to me.
Really? You gotta tell one.
Oh, I can't, because it'll totally. I'll tell y'all off.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're listening, come to a show.
Go to a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're, I mean, I cannot wait till California opens and I can go to like the comedy stuff. I can go to the actual like.
Yeah.
You know.
I got y'all tickets.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Oh, we'll definitely love to see that.
Yeah.
That's I've been to a comedy show once, and I think it was the most exciting shit I've ever been.
Oh,
Yeah.
when stuff opens up back here, go to the Comedy Store. Yeah. It's so much fun.
You walk in and you just see like Joe Rogan on the wall with like a couple big ass comedians, and they're just standing there, and you can't approach them. I mean, they're like they're the biggest people there, and it's like this. It's a whole different ecosystem in these comedy clubs where you got the biggest guys, and you have the people who are trying to make it, who go in all the time, and they're meeting together, and you got the fans trying to. It's like a weird environment.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different community.
Have you ever? You don't have to say any names or anything, but have you ever dealt with? So I mean, just in like my experience, if like somebody comes to me and they're like trying to be like a singer or something, and they just really aren't good at singing, you know what I mean? It's a really weird thing to be like to tell someone, oh hey, maybe you're not that good at singing, like you know what I mean? And you don't want to like ever. You just they just aren't good.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who like is potentially like below you or like you've like dealt with that just isn't funny, but like they really want to be a comedian?
No, I don't feel like people come to me. Not really, but if they did, if I didn't think they were funny, that doesn't mean someone else doesn't, because comedy is so subjective.
Yeah.
So subjective.
Is it like it though?
It is.
Yes.
Like, I feel like different types of comedy, but like if somebody there's some people that
It's
just
just some people
you know
that
what I mean?
don't think certain things are funny compared to somebody else. Would
Like I just have this like
Maria
image in my
Bamford.
mind.
I guess I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. If someone came up and was like like on American Idol, how someone comes in and it's like come on, you know, I would never tell them. Hell no, because you can't tell they'll no.
Yeah.
Go for it. Even if you suck, go for it.
But you're right on what you're saying about there being different. Like Maria Bamford. Like she's a comedian, but she talks in a totally like high pitched voice, a total character, makes no sense. There's like Anthony Jeselnik,
Love him.
Right, he's so funny. Yeah. Like these comedians all have these different styles and pull in these different audiences. And there's comedians that literally their whole joke is that they're not funny.
Yeah.
They make jokes that the punchline's a little off every time.
Yes.
What? Who buys tickets to that?
Dude, people, it's
Yeah.
like it's
Also-
a show.
Also, like people who just like are funny off like body language and stuff too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go to comedy shows and see someone who everyone in the room is like pissing themselves laughing, and I'm like, this is not funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's not funny, because obviously it is. But it's so subjective on what you like. You know.